Hello, friends. Today, let's listen to the story about Kavi the crow. In a quiet corner of the big forest, a small young crow named Kavi lived with his family. Kavi was smaller than most of the other crows, and his black feathers barely glimmered in the sunlight. Every day he watched the elder crows soar high above the trees, diving, gliding, and calling to each other across the forest. Kavi tried to follow, but as soon as he lifted off, his wings trembled and fear gripped him tight. What if I fall? He thought. What if the wind blows me away? What if I can't reach the next branch? What if? So Kavi stayed close to his nest, hopping from branch to branch, watching everyone else enjoy the sky. One evening, as the sun painted the forest golden, a wise old crow named Vihan landed beside him.
Vihan's feathers were streaked with silver.
And his eyes twinkled kindly. Why are you hiding, little one? Vihan asked. I, I, I am scared to fly, Kavi admitted. The sky is so big, I might fall. Vihan nodded thoughtfully. Every crow is meant to fly, he said gently. But flying isn't just about strong wings. It's about trust. Trust in yourself and in your courage. The wind will not harm you if you believe in yourself. He flapped his wings slowly and landed on a higher branch. Come on, Kavi. Try just once. I'll be right here. Kavi's heart raced. He stretched his tiny wings, looked nervously at the open sky, and hopped to the edge of the branch. With a deep breath, he jumped. For a moment, the forest seemed to spin. His claws scrambled in the air, but then slowly and carefully, his wings caught the wind. He was flying! Kavi soared above the treetops, calling out with joy. I can do it! I'm flying! I'm really flying! Let's go! Vihan called happily from below. See, courage is inside you. You just need to trust it. Days passed and Kavi grew confident. He learned to ride the wind, dive and swoop, and even to spot shiny objects on the forest floors. Little treasures crows love. One morning, Kavi noticed a small young sparrow sitting alone, trembling on one branch. The little bird looked terrified to leave the nest. Kavi swooped down beside her. Don't be afraid, he said softly. I know how it feels. I was scared too, but the sky is waiting for you. You just need to trust your wings. The young sparrow hesitated. Then, with Kavi's gentle encouragement, she stretched her wings and jumped. Slowly at first, then with more confidence. She soared through the forest, and Kavi felt proud. By finding his courage, he had given courage to someone else. But the forest had more challenges ahead. One day, dark clouds gathered quickly, and the wind howled between the trees. Kavi realized he had never flown in a real storm. The younger birds were panicking, their nests swaying dangerously. And then suddenly, Kavi remembered Vihan's words. Trust yourself and your wings. Took a deep breath and flapped hard and rose above the tree tops. The wind tossed him left and right. Rain soaked his feathers, But he focused on controlling his wings, not the storm. Slowly, he guided the younger birds to safety, teaching them how to hold steady and trust the air currents. That night, soaked and tired, Kavi realized something important. Courage wasn't just about flying for himself, but it was about helping others find theirs too. A few days later, while exploring the forest, Kavi spotted a shiny silver coin lying on the ground. It must have fallen from a traveler's pocket. He picked it up with his beak and flew to the nest, showing it to Vihan. Look, Kavi crowed. I found a treasure. Vihan laughed. Yes, but the real treasure is not silver or gold, he said. The real treasure is the courage, care, and wisdom you have found in yourself and the way you share it with others. From that day on, Kavi became known as the brave little crow who inspired all the young birds. The forest rang with joyful cries of birds flying together, fearless.
Clever and free. Sai Hira Ram.